Accountability partners, why you're falling behind and don't even realize it. The truth about going after your goals alone. This is why you're stuck. And here is how to change it. Let me say something that might sting a little. If you're not hitting your goals, it's probably because you're trying to do it alone. I used to wear independence like a badge of honor. I don't need help. I don't need support. I've got this. But guess what? I didn't have it, and neither do you. The truth. You don't need motivation. You don't need more of that. You need mirrors. People who reflect back to you the greatness you're trying to run from. The right accountability partner won't just clap when you win. They'll call you out when you start playing small. There was a time where I didn't tell anyone what I was working towards. I didn't want to be embarrassed if I failed, but keeping it quiet kept me small. The moment I got accountable, the moment I said it out loud, that's when things started moving. Discipline loves accountability. Growth, it needs friction. If you only surround yourself with comfort, you'll never get the pressure that turns coal into diamonds. Here's how to find the right accountability partner. 1, someone who's not afraid to challenge you. 2, someone you respect enough not to let down. 3, someone who wants to see you win, not just listen, but lead you when you forget how. It's important that you choose the right people, the right accountability partner for you. And you could also be the accountability partner for them. You have to make sure that you choose a person who you know you can trust, who you know has your best interests at heart, who you know is also trying to level up their life, whether it's within the same realm or subject as you, such as fitness or career. In our last podcast, I talked about not comparing yourself to others because everybody is on a different journey, another path. And I also lightly mentioned choosing the right people to surround yourself with. They can make or break your accountability. This podcast is going to go real in depth into this. Choosing the right person. I already shared with you what to look for. Now, in terms of accountability partner, it can be a friend. It could be somebody that you met at an event, such as a networking event. You guys share the same values and morals. That's so important. To be able to have and share the same values and morals, I would say that's part of the STEP system. Because when you guys share that belief, that makes you guys unstoppable as a team. I look at it as a team. I look at it as it's us against the world, right? Even if it's your own version of what the world is. It could be the world of fitness. It could be the world of corporate. It could be the world of art, right? I'm not saying the globe. I'm not saying Earth. I'm talking about specific subjects, subject matter. Your next level isn't waiting on a breakthrough. It's waiting on you to stop hiding your goals. Say it, claim it, build a squad around it. You don't need a crowd. Just one person who won't let you fall asleep on your greatness. At first, it's going to be you alone. I'm going to keep it real. You're going to be alone for a while. You're going to need to create a system for yourself. I have an ebook that helps you create that system. It's the same system that I use to achieve my goals. And I've shared with you guys that I've overcome health issues, obviously with medical guidance. I'm talking about goal setting, that aspect of it. I've also used that same strategy in my past with my past career. And now I created an ebook about this. It's about setting goals for yourself. At first, I was all alone, setting these goals, holding myself accountable. Once I shared my goals with a high quality person, an accountability person, I'm very self-sufficient, as a lot of you are. Some of us are not when it comes to being disciplined. Let's be real. Not everybody's really good at it. As I said, you're going to begin initially on your own. Set your goals, set your standards for yourself, and start working towards accomplishing them. On your way towards accomplishing everything, you're going to realize that you're going to start meeting people who share the same beliefs as you, the same aspirations as you. Obviously, they have different gifts than you do, and that's fine. But you guys share that same drive, and you'll know that person. You'll know if that's your person, your accountability partner. You'll just feel it intuitively. It's like they're the one. You'll know. You can feel it. There's going to be a chemistry. And you really have to also get to know them a little bit more and see what type of person they are as well. Overall, you're going to know once you meet them. And this person is, let's say you said you're going to run tomorrow morning at 4 a.m., right before work or right before you have to wake up your children. You're going to go for a run, right? And your alarm goes off. You don't get off the bed. You just sleep in, keep on hitting that snooze button. But this accountability partner, they're going to be calling you at 3:45 and they're going to say, wake up. It's time to grind. It's time to get up and run. It's time to go. Let's go. And sometimes they'll even show up at your house, banging on your door, banging on your window. Get up. Get up. Show up for yourself. They're going to show up. They're going to show up and they're going to hold you accountable. There's different personality types. There's different approaches to this. But that person is going to hold you accountable for what you said you were going to do until you finally get to the point where, okay, I could do this on my own, because in your back of your mind, you're going to think, or my accountability partner is going to come knocking on my door at 4 a.m., scaring everybody, scaring my neighbors. So that's in the back of your mind. So they're basically helping you program yourself to be disciplined. That's what an accountability partner does. Even if you're disciplined, sometimes you also need that push for somebody else to hold you accountable and that support. It's a friend that understands you, who views you and who sees you for not only who you are, but the potential that you hold, the potential of success that you hold. They want to see you succeed. You want to see them succeed. So let's say it's more of like a yin yang situation where they're an early bird. They wake up early. They're the ones who wake you up early. But let's say throughout the day, your accountability partner, they lose focus and lose track of time and said that they were going to achieve these 3 goals by the end of the day. And it's already 4 o'clock and they haven't even achieved their first goal for the day. You're going to be the one to show up for them and let them know, have you done this? Have you done that? Have you done this? And it's not going to bother you because one hand washes the other. You guys are guiding each other and motivating each other. And it's fun. You make it fun. And what's cool about it is that you have somebody to relate to. You have somebody to talk to. You have somebody who understands exactly what you're talking about. Have you ever been in a conversation and you're talking about something and the person who's not your accountability partner, they're looking at you, but they're not there? You can look into their eyes and you know that they're thinking about something else and they're not tuned into what you're talking about because they don't understand or they're bored. And you kind of feel out of place. And okay, well, does what I think or say matter? It does. You just have to surround yourself with the right people. Your accountability partner. And sometimes it's not just accountability partners. There's groups and there's settings where there are other people, networking events, or just people who share the same mindset as you, and friends that you have that you can introduce to your accountability partner and vice versa. And you create kind of like a group, and you create high quality friends, a group of high quality friends where you guys are all striving to achieve goals, and you're not just having one accountability partner, you have multiple. And it's incredible. And it's so freeing because it's good to believe in yourself and it's good to feel whole all on your own. When you're surrounded by people who share those same beliefs and they're whole all on their own, right? They honor their commitments. They honor people's time. They honor people's gifts and talents. They celebrate them. Being surrounded by that helps you elevate your spirit. It helps elevate your perspective of relationships and friendships, something that you've never encountered before. Because before you just thought, oh, everybody's self-interested, nobody understands me, I'm all alone. Like, those are things that you used to think. And we talked about this with version A of yourself, version B, version C. And if you haven't listened to that, that's in episode 3 of this podcast. So after you listen to this, you could go back and reflect on that. I go more into depth with it. But that was your version A perspective. You already went through version B, and now you're at version C with people who are at that same version as you. You're surrounded by people who are in version C in their life. And it's so liberating because you can go out and have fun achieving your goals, have fun doing things like hobbies and going out to the movies and sharing that experience with life with people that understand each other. It's just so incredible. Surrounding yourself with high quality people is really life-changing because there's no space for anything other than motivation, goal setting, positivity. It's a different vibe entirely. And obviously, there's always going to be some misunderstandings and whatnot, but it's nothing compared to being surrounded by low value people who try and minimize you. High value people, they embrace you. They don't minimize you. They lift you up and help you level up, help you hold you accountable, hold themselves accountable, and you do the same for them. And it's so beautiful. And the first time that I experienced this was at the gym. It was at the gym. Everybody's there to accomplish a goal. Not everybody there is a high value person. But for the most part, everybody there is there to achieve a goal. And a lot of people there are athletes, high value people who are there to lift you up and who are there to lift themselves up and to better themselves. Obviously, everywhere you go, there's going to be a group of people who are the Debbie Downers. There's always going to be that small percentage, but we stay away from those people. We stay focused on the majority of the goal setters, the high achievers. It's a different mindset. You're surrounded by people who are positive. They help you. They're helpful. They're helping you achieve your goal. Let's say you don't know a certain workout. They're going to say, hey, do you need help? It could be a man. It could be a woman. It doesn't matter. I experienced that. I started working out, strength training in the gym, and I didn't know certain workouts. I looked it up on YouTube and somebody had just completed their set, and I asked them for guidance and they were more than happy to help me. That's amazing. And I got to know them more. And you know what? Once I got to know them more, I realized that they're a high value person. And not all accountability partners need to be a direct link in your life. That number one person, of course, absolutely. But when you start to go into group settings and you start to surround yourself with people who have that same mentality, I don't know the person personally who was at the gym who helped me, but I see them all the time. And we talk to each other, say, hey, you better be doing your best. I'm watching you. That's accountability. You know somebody's there watching you, making sure you're doing your best. So what are you going to do? They're watching me. I have to do my best, or they're going to hold me accountable. So it doesn't always just have to be just that one person all the time. When you start to expand that into more of a group setting, surrounded by people who are high value people, goal oriented, it's going to be everywhere and it's going to elevate you. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a gym setting. It could just be entrepreneurial setting. It could be anywhere. Networking events. Those are usually people at networking events. They're high value people. They're business owners. They are working hard towards their goals. And they're at networking events so that they can spread awareness of their business. Then they meet other people who are like-minded in a different industry who share the same values for the most part. Like I said, in every setting, there's always that little percentage that's the opposite, but we don't focus on them. We focus on the positive. Okay. Once you start surrounding yourself with people like that and they hold you accountable, you set a higher standard for yourself. And it just starts to become second nature, where whether or not there's an accountability partner there, you just start to do what's best for you, no matter what. That's the magic of an accountability partner. And then not only that, but you have a friend for life who was there when you began your journey and seen you grow into who you become. Because you never stop growing. You keep leveling up. Even as version C, you keep leveling up who you are and you become a better version of yourself every single day. You're your competition. You become better than yourself yesterday, a few hours ago. It's all about bettering yourself. And you can also have accountability with yourself by setting timers on your phone. Okay, I have to eat every 3 hours. So set a timer, set timers on your phone. Every 3 hours, eat. Or let's say you're working very hard on a business or working at a job. You set timers for your breaks. You have to set timers for your breaks so that you hold yourself accountable, that the only way that you can give the best work is to schedule breaks, take a breather, recalculate, regenerate energy, then go back to work, not burning yourself out. Accountability, setting those alarms on your phone. Waking up. Okay, I'm going to wake up. I have an accountability partner, but I'm not going to solely rely on them to wake me up at 4 a.m. if I don't want to. I am going to set time. This is what I do. I'm going to set an alarm starting at 3:30, 3:32, 3:33, 3:34, 3:35, and so forth. Place your alarm across the room, or if you use your phone as the alarm, place it across the room where you have to get up to be able to turn it off. Don't leave it on your nightstand. That is accountability. So you have an accountability partner, but you also have to hold yourself accountable. You can't just rely on your accountability partner. Okay? Accountability is setting your goals, checking in on your goals, not just writing it down in a notebook or in the goal setting planner that I have in my mindset shift ebook. It's not just writing it down. It's about reflecting on it, looking at it on a daily basis, taking notes on what you can improve on to achieve this goal. What have you achieved so far? What have you done to achieve it? What steps you are going to do to achieve it? Work on it every day. Check off everything that you've been working on. That's accountability. That's discipline. And once you continue to do that, not only will you become better at accountability for yourself, you become better for accountability for others. And once you are in a relationship, you do the same. And then once you have children, you'll do the same for them. You'll teach them the same thing. So you became a high value person. You attract high value people into your life. And then you create high value children who become high value adults. And the cycle is endless. So if there's one thing you have to take away from this podcast, is you can have an accountability partner, but you also have to hold yourself accountable, not just rely on your accountability partner. You have to take responsibility for yourself. That's very important. If this spoke to your gut, share it with your person. Subscribe on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, or iHeartRadio. Grab the mindset shift and make your goals a reality. Shop the brand that helps you remember who you are. Get Up, Show Up, Never Give Up .store. There are new episodes every Monday and Thursday, and you can shop the ebook at Get Up, Show Up, Never Give Up .store. And I have a special where you also get a bonus mini ebook that will help you further extend your goal setting and success. Get Up, Show Up, Never Give Up also has a store on Amazon, TikTok Shop, Instagram Shop, and Facebook. Also, ensure that you subscribe to this podcast. Follow Get Up, Show Up, Never Give Up on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Thank you guys for listening, and I'll talk to you soon. Remember to get up, show up, and never give up.